Hello, everybody. I don't know when this will be uploaded, whether before or after. It's currently Tuesday evening for me, and this weekend I'll be at Legends Con. I'm not very public with a lot of stuff, besides like Discord, but I'm rather private about my thoughts, except for with a few people. So irregardless when this comes out, I'm very excited to be going to Legends Con. To meet people that I've talked to for like years now, and to meet them in the flesh, in person, and then talk about Star Wars and a whole lot of other things with them. I'm excited to see the panels and to get the signings and all that. But one thing I've heard other people mention, grandfather of our movement, he's not that old, but I've heard some sentiments about the meaning behind this con and what it means for the future of the movement. What even is the movement? It bugged me. I didn't think much of it, so that really pointed out. Why is continuing Legends not a goal? Why is that something that must be worked up to? Why do people feel the need to bash people to ask for more? As if we're some sort of monsters, some sort of bigot, because we ask for more stories, because our stories weren't completed. Apparently we're Nazis now. Those words weren't used, but it puts us in a negative light. The 15 to 20 of us that still want the EU to continue. But that's the state of the fandom we're in. I don't even know where the fandom is at, honestly, because we don't know. We don't know. Because you got, normal people that go about their lives enjoying the EU, and they might even not know about the movement. And you just spread more awareness there. And then you got the people who do, just don't care. Then you got the influencers, if you want to consider me one, I guess, or Brennan, or Marcel, or Noah, Quality Autism. But then you get into these different sub-factions, right? Because, and I've talked about this with other people, but you got Noah, his whole Discord server and YouTube channel. I mean, there's other things like James Bond and Stephen King and but whenever it's Star Wars, it's first off in German, so good luck reaching a wider audience that way. But when it is in English, it's usually a live stream talking about why Denning sucks. And if it's not on his YouTube channel, then it's on his Discord. And that's not the issue. Because people are entitled to their opinion. I'll say to the end of time, Bounty on War sucks. What hurts the movement, or whatever the movement was originally supposed to be, is saying, I'm glad it's dead. It should have died. It was dying already. Because let's say I'm with you. 100 and a million%. And I'm like, yes, it was. A revival could fix that. A revival could put it on the right path. You being doom and gloom, sorry to call anybody out, it's better off dead, does not help the movement. But then again, those people wouldn't be listening anyway because they don't want the EU to continue. If it's not because of the fact that they think the universe is already dying due to Denning or due to whatever else, then it's because they think that the Disney writers will ruin it. This hurts us. So you got that part, You got Lance, whatever he's doing on the side with Maxine and everything. Brennan with his stuff. Matt continuously doing his rereads of the Expanded Universe, talking about it, upsetting people because he sometimes says silly things like that, young Jedi should be set before Hand of Thrawn, when that clearly does not work, and how the Second Imperium is definitely not the Empire, it's a rogue faction. I love the guy, though. Then you got me with my stupid Jason takes, right? But I've remained the same since I've gotten into this fandom, which admittedly was late. But since I've been in it, I've always said I want more stories. It really doesn't matter how you feel personally about them. Because if the EU gets continued, you have vast amounts of opportunity to get new stories in eras that you like. Dawn of the Jedi. People, Noah even, has been like, Into the Void's not that bad. Into the Void's not that bad. I'm going to say Into the Void's okay. I'm going to say that one's okay, but the ending versus bad. Blah, 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 blah. Well, here's the thing. You know you like Dawn of the Jedi? You don't like that era? Wish it were fleshed out more? Guess what a continuation of the expanded universe could do for you? More stories in Dawn of the Jedi. Who'd have thought? Oh my god. Amazing. And then, more stories fleshed out for, who knows, Tales of the Jedi. I mean, we only have a couple comics. Imagine having novels that flesh that out even more. You could have comics or novels set after Legacy, so you don't have to deal with the Denning stuff. Right? But that's the thing. So yes, we have to address Crucible and move on forward. Why is that an issue? They made Jedi Prince actually relevant by mentioning him in Shadows of Mindor. Why would anybody take these fools seriously? Oh, well, back in the day, Chronal worked with them and he prophesized real things. So people saw legitimacy in their movement. And then Chronal bailed. So people still saw them as legitimate because they didn't know where they're getting their prophecies from. And so when they say, oh, glove of Darth Vader, they accept on faith because they've answered faith before. They just didn't know how. It was because of Chronal, but Chronal's not there anymore. So now they're just making stuff up. And it makes sense. Makes Jedi Prince and retroactively work better. TCW. We could finally have ways to make that work better. I know you say it's impossible. It might be, but EU authors would have tried. They would try. And I'm not even going to get started on the supernatural encounter thing. But the possibilities within that story, like even if you want to say what you want to say about supernatural encounters, if someone gets inspired by that and were to actually write in an official capacity in Lucasfilm and Lucasfilm were to approve it, think about this. Okay. Think about this. All the stuff in there, some of it you gotta like, could be fleshed out by legitimate sources. Whatever. But, so the fandom is divided. Lucasfilm is ignoring us. So we're at this point, what do we do? I'll be honest, I don't know right now. But I'm far from giving up. But it seems the first step must be uniting people again, because apparently we're all fractured. We're not what we were in 2014. The EU fans have become the same people that were arguing the EU wasn't canon when the buyout happened. The same people. With some of your arguments. With some of your pleas. With some of your whining. And this is a broad statement. This isn't necessarily to a certain individual or anything. I mean this broadly because I've seen it around Facebook, Twitter, Discord, you name it. I've seen it. It needs to stop. Because here's what you need to get through your head. We don't deserve anything because we're humans. The EU itself, for what it is, deserves a continuation. On the basis of what it is. On the basis of the joy and fun we have within it, it deserves better. It deserves more. But that's not going to happen for fraction fighting. How are we going to convince Lucasfilm when we can't even convince ourselves? So, I don't know what the point of this video is. But it seems the first step to a brighter future is not to talk to Lucasfilm. Right now, apparently we need to re-educate all the people that have forgotten what the point of this movement is. Which is, we love Legends, we love the expanded universe, give us more. That's it. That's all it is. Point A to B. Not A to Z to D to E to G in this whole flumbled, jumbled mess. Point A to point B. Simple. That's what it is. I'm sad that so many have forgotten the point of why so many of us even got started doing this in the first place. Only when we're united can we get back on track to actually trying to convince Lucasfilm that we should have more. Because, to be honest, it's disgraceful with the way some of us have been acting. And this includes me when I get super frustrated with some people over saying stuff about stuff. Now, I'm trying to live up to that standard. But do you honestly think Lucasfilm's going to give a damn when you got people debunking supernatural encounters in the Discord that Joe has? You think Lucasfilm's going to give a single crap when we can't even agree on anything? Even on the basic thing of just wanting more EU in whatever capacity that may hold? If you're some random nobody who just comments, that's fine. But Spider-Man taught us, with great power comes great responsibility. When you have a platform, you have a responsibility. Maybe you don't associate with the movement anymore. That's okay. But then don't act like you are. I'm not trying to gatekeep or sound harsh. It's just the EU movement was give us more legends. And now there's all these sub-factions with nuances and things. Right? Like, it was one goal, one mission. And not even Legends Con takes us seriously anymore. Apparently, I'm insane for wanting more. But I'm not done fighting. I got another 10 to 15 years left in me before I gotta bail. So if we're still having this conversation 10 to 15 years, I think we're done. But for now, I'm gonna fight. For now, I'm gonna try to get everybody to be on the same page, because apparently we're not. But it takes all of us. I can't do it. I'm just a boy in his room, talking about Star Wars and whatever else. The only way this gets better, the only way things can improve is with all of us. I'm not trying to sound harsh or anything, but like this, it's disheartening to see the way that some people talk about Planet Universe. You know, like we all came here because we loved it. Why are we fighting? Why are we doing this? But yes, we need to think up of new strategies as well, because clearly, since 2014, nothing's really changed. So I think different measures need to be taken. Maybe you can let me know what some of your ideas would be in the comment section below, or you can DM me on Discord or Instagram or whatever, but what we've been doing lately, it hasn't been enough. We gotta really wake up people. Sure, is our movement as big as, like, the MCU fandom? Probably not, because there's a bunch of more normies. We're a bit more, you know, involved. A lot of us, anyway. And, it is what it is, but we gotta keep fighting. The EU cannot be buried. The EU must continue. Fighting amongst ourselves, it will never happen. So that's what's been on my mind. That's my piece. I don't even know what I'm going to title this. But I hope you all have a wonderful day. Or night, whenever you're watching this. I'll see you next video.